Okay, so now we're going to jump back. So the government now gets to determine when I have sex.
Yes.
Wow. Are you dead ass? Let me shift it slightly to abortion. Do you view that as healthcare or no? That's murder.
No, please don't.
I think that abortion should only be allowed for life-saving cases like and rape as well. Yeah, rape. Confirmed rape, like with police reporting someone locked up.
What do you mean confirmed?
I'm not just like, because people just be like, I got raped and they want to abort then. Like, that's not okay.
So in this particular scenario, we're saying that the government gets to determine whether or not a person seeks health care. Or are you saying that that's not health care? I'm just trying to be consistent.
I think it should only be covered really for like in this scenario where like it's not something that's needed. Like people can be like, it's part of life, and also people can take precautions on their end that 90% of these people don't because they're careless.
Okay.
They're reckless and they don't care.
Let's say Sheila uses a condom, she's on birth control, and she took a Plan B. I don't know if you can do that combination while you're on birth control, but whatever. Just pretend for a moment that you can. But she gets pregnant. Is she allowed to have an abortion or no? Or is this not suggesting that you're religious, but is this God's divine will that she has to have a baby?
I don't think it's God's defined will, but like at that point, no.
Should be a protected life.
If she wasn't raped, and it's not like, if they said, oh, Sheila, you're like so underweight, babe, the 90% chance of killing you.
No health concerns.
No, she can't have the abortion.
But the government makes that decision?
Yeah.
Okay. So then can the government then in turn force a male after getting divorced to have a vasectomy if the law was passed by a majority of Americans?
He's saying if you have
I think the man that rapes
raped
should have a vasectomy mandatory, yes.
That's
you guys still don't
chemical
understand what
castration.
you're saying. That's not the same. So if government has control over X, should they have control over Y as well?
Consistency across the board.
There's a difference between forcing a vasectomy and aborting a baby.
Technically.
But I do think the
yes.
government should have control over vasectomies over rapists. Like, I don't think you should have your genitals if you rape.
That's castration, not vasectomies, because vasectomies are reversible. But put that aside for a moment.
You should be killed. You should be fucking killed.
Right, but that's a whole different category. Yeah, no, if you rape someone, you should die, whatever. But put that aside. Government is allowed to tell people what they can and cannot do with their own body, unless it affects you. Then it's different.
Yes, exactly.
I think it should be 2%.
Oh, okay, great. I'm so glad we got right to the center of what that was. It's about your personal preference. So because you're not gay or trans or X, Y, and Z, you don't care if the government strips away the sovereignty of an individual to determine their own self. Women, trans, X, Y, and Z. But when it comes to you...
I'm actually not against being gay. Like, I think...
I'm sorry, put the gay part out of it. Trans or a woman in the case of abortion. But when it comes to vasectomies, oh, no, hold on, let's not go that far. You don't see why that's hypocritical for the government to have the power over other groups of people, but not you?
I mean, they do still have the power over males. Like as I said, like if they do bad things, we can have them castrated.
Matthew,
or
what
whatnot.
denomination are you?
I'm not religious anyway.
But you have a standpoint that's religious backed.
I mean, I've thought about it, and I really think it's really bad, abortion.
Why is it bad?
If you don't have a religious standpoint, why is it bad?
Because you could have been aborted. That's why. We don't know what we're aborting.
I think Obama comes from a loving family, but...
Yeah. Not sure what I could have been aborted is supposed to mean. Like,
what it means is that, like, if we just let people willy-nilly choose...
I could have also died in a car accident, so what does that have to do with anything?
The car accident's an accident. The abortion is not.
Sure, but you're talking about the potential of life or the potential future of life. So, like, again...
Matthew, do you believe in two-party consent? Do you think that the man should have a choice in the female abortion, or you just think that across the board that the female should not be allowed an abortion?
I don't really think that they should be allowed unless it's a life-threatening thing or they
don't have it's not religious backed at all. It's just
not religious. I just think it's wrong.
So what the fuck? I don't understand. What is the backing for your opinion?
What makes it wrong?
What makes it wrong? You're killing someone.
No.
Okay, so then it's religious because then you have to think of it religiously. Because
I'm not religious. I don't believe in God.
Okay, so do you know what trimester most abortions happen in?
I look at
it's the first. It's 90% of abortions. We're talking about a clump of cells. It's 90%. It's probably more actually, but put that aside. It's not a person. So let's approach this from a legal perspective. If you consider it a person, should the woman be able to claim that on their taxes? Can they get food stamps and have a dependent?
Oh, don't get me started on food stamps.
I'm sure we can handle both conversations at the same time. Just answer my
Resources
question.
for something that's not costing them anything at the current time.
Well, no, because it does. Your body is contributing nutrients to a clump of cells to develop it because it cannot exist outside of the womb on its own. So it is
But you
by
also
definition
shouldn't,
dependent.
have sex if you're not prepared for being able to support it yourself. And
Okay, so now we're going to jump back. So the government now gets to determine when I have sex.
Yes.
Wow. Are you dead ass?
All right, there you go.
Yes, I don't think people should just be willy-nilly having sex. Can I ask you, do you not think it's wrong for someone to put their personal thing in front of what's best for society, and they're over here having sex for personal pleasure because you want to make children and a legacy, not because you want to have a good time?
Let me respond to that. I think a consenting adult should be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want as long as it does not cause harm to another person.
So yeah, what about they have to get an abortion or their kids on welfare? They're on
What would you
welfare
define
with
a
their
person
kid,
as, Obama?
What would I define a person as? A living, breathing, sovereign individual.
Not a clump of cells, not a fetus, not in the first trimester, but legitimately born.
I mean, yeah, are you asking is someone in the womb a person? Is that what you're trying to get to?
Would you consider somebody in the womb a person? I feel like living and breathing would be outside of the womb and postnatal.
Yeah, but they're still alive. They're just in a different way.
So this comes down to viability then. Can it exist outside of the womb independent of the mother? That's viability. Once you're past 22 weeks, I believe it is.
After the snip, bro, even if you're born premature, that is considered outside of the mother. Fine, I guess in Matthew's standpoint, he'd believe that a living, breathing person would be, or a person would be an individual that's inside the mother as well in the first trimester.
Right. And I'm asking, do you think that fetus in the first trimester is a person?
Would you agree to that, Matthew?
Or do you go further out towards viability, which means it can exist outside of the womb?
It's not like a developed human being. No, it's not. But I think it's someone that shouldn't be murdered.
But
Matthew, at conception, do you believe it is a person?
The
Your
moment
entire argument rests on how you answer this.
Yes.
I want to be honest.
The moment sperm hits egg, conception.
Yeah, you've
you
made a human. Now, whether that human can develop to something real that we don't know, because it takes time to find out. Sometimes they die accidentally inside.
Sure. So what you believe in is the conception argument, that the moment sperm hits egg, that's a person.
Yes.
Okay. So with that being said, now since the mother is now going to potentially give birth in 9 months, can they claim that fetus on their taxes? Can they get food stamps and claim the fetus as a dependent? This is a good one, and you're going to love this. Can a woman drive in the carpool lane while she's pregnant? That sounds
I would be
crazy.
fine with the carpool lane, but I'm not okay with the welfare.
Wait, why?
Because
You can't have one
you're
without the
saying
other,
that
big boy.
9 months, the day of conception, she has a human in her, so she should be able to claim it. But it's for tax purposes, because you have increased costs, and there's no legitimate increased costs for at least the first couple of months.
Well, that's not true, but okay. If I'm consuming more food as a parent, I should have access to food stamps to pay for the food that is now contributing to the development of my future baby. And again, if she can drive in the carpool lane, it's a person. The person is dependent upon the mother to exist. Food stamps or welfare or
Yeah, I mean, I think if you were driving in a HOV lane and it was just you alone and you were pregnant, I'm quite convinced if you got pulled over by a cop, either they would just let you go. That
They'd be what the fuck
there
are
are
you
two
doing?
people inside of you. I don't think.
This is case law, by the way, in Texas. If
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
mistaken, I'll look it up right now to triple confirm, but I'm pretty sure a woman got pulled over in Texas driving in the HOV lane, and she's like, oh no, I'm pregnant. And they go, well, you can't do that. That's not carpooling. I go, well, according to Texas state law, it's a person, therefore. Now that's state law, but,
And welcome to the great state of Texas.
In this day and age, how dumb do you have to be to get pregnant?